and welcome to Community Link. This is Community Mission's opportunity to talk a little bit about our programs and how we serve the community, how you out there in the community might be able to help support all of those programs or take advantage of some of them as well. So my name is Christian Hoffman. I'm the Vice President for Public Relations and Development at Community Missions, and I'm joined by a few guests today, which we'll get into in just a moment, talking about Aurora House, our program for youth that is located in Lockport. But before that, I wanted to mention a couple of different events that we have coming up that we hope that you'll mark your calendars for. The first one is we're very excited for our giveaway days. So throughout the summer we've had giveaway days where we have items that are donated to us free of charge, and of course we give those away free of charge as well. And so we distribute those in addition to how we do that in our clothes closet on our special giveaway days. So those are going to be coming up August 27th and 28th. So a lot of items that we see for in our clothes closet, items like clothes and smaller household items and those kinds of things will be available for giveaway, but we're also adding in some more wrinkles this year as well. And so that is going to be school supplies in particular, so backpacks and all the school supplies that kids need certainly a week before school starts. We'll be giving all of that away. There's going to be barbers there, we understand, as well, and of course we'll be cooking out, doing either hamburgers or hot dogs on the different days as well. So we hope that you'll come out to 1570 Buffalo Avenue with some bags, and you'll be able to take home quite a bit of goods that we're going to have donated for you. So August 27th and 28th there at our main site, and then just a couple of days later on Sunday, August 31st, Niagara Path is our program that we've talked about here on Community Link before, and so they work to end overdoses in Niagara County, and so that is what this rally is going to be. It's the End Overdose Rally, also held at 1570 Buffalo Avenue, so it's a remembrance for any lives that have been lost due to overdoses, and then also hope forward as well. So we hope that you'll come out and circle your calendars for that, and of course stay tuned to our social media links, Facebook and Instagram, for updates on all of those as well, for times and particulars on those. Also a little bit further out to circle on your calendars, October 4th, we're going to be holding a meat raffle at the Socorro Post in North Tonawanda. Always a fun time for a meat raffle. We hope that you'll come out and join us. And then also on Friday, November 14th, we're going to be having our first ever 100th year anniversary gala. So the first of many, let's hope, well into the future at least. But yeah, so that's going to be held at the Sheraton Niagara Falls. So again, stay tuned to all of our social media accounts for information on that. But a lot of different events upcoming, and of course always want to give a shout out for anybody that's watching and listening, and for Aurora House in particular here, but many other opportunities as well. We are always hiring. So if you or somebody that you know is looking for a career change, or just looking to start something, or maybe want to give back in some way, lots of different opportunities are available, and we'll get into a little bit of those here as I'm joined by the staff from Aurora House, or some of the staff from Aurora House. So to my immediate right is Elizabeth Freiberger. She's the program manager. To her right is Kim Olive, our clinical manager, and then on the far end there is Mindy Schaefer, program coordinator. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining me today. So I'll start the closest. What is Aurora House?
Aurora House is a program that supports youth that have an SED, so a serious emotional disturbances. So they have a mental health diagnosis that impairs their ability to be successful at home, in school, a variety of different areas. So they come and stay with us, and we work on skills to make them successful in those different places. And then we have an FPA on property who will support the parents, so when they do return home, which is the end goal, they have the supports to do so, and the parents are ready to do that as well.
Okay, great. And so who is that, or who makes sense for something like this? Kim, if you want to go. Are there certain behaviors that are going on, or maybe things that they've tried or something like that? Who makes sense?
As she said, our referrals come from the CSPOA. So they're some of the diagnoses that we might see are bipolar, you have conduct disorder, resources in the community have probably not worked, counseling, in-home programming, and oftentimes it's a step down from a higher level of care to get them back into the community, but they're not ready for home just yet.
Yep, and so I was just thinking about that step down from something more neat. So what are the differences between something like Aurora House and a residential treatment facility?
Well, a residential treatment facility, they don't have as many freedoms. Usually they're stepping down from a hospital, or their behaviors at home were so severe that they needed a little bit more support. Aurora House really wants to get them back into the community, so being either just a step up from home or a step down from the higher level of care, we try to get them out, getting unsupervised community time, getting them active in their schools, so extra groups, participating in musicals, volunteering. We've had some kids that have gotten jobs, getting them out to the YMCA group. Some kids like to do youth group at their churches, so we try to, if they are local, we try to keep them involved as much as we can in their own community, because that's where they're going back to. But if they've never had those social experiences, we try to get them out there so they can meet other kids and start building those social skills, because a lot of them lack confidence in that area.
Sure. And where are we able to take referrals from?
Currently only CSPOA. So if you have a kiddo that you feel like would benefit from our program, you would be working with most likely your mental health provider to complete a CSPO application. That would go to your local Niagara County, say for Niagara County, it goes to your local county SPOA. And they review it, make sure we're the appropriate level of care, and then they endorse it. Upon endorsement, they then get sent to us, and we would review it, make sure we have everything, and then we move forward as far as the admission.
So you mentioned Niagara County. Does somebody have to be in Niagara County for Aurora House?
So Niagara County, Erie County, and any of the local surroundings, typically we try to keep Niagara and Erie because the families are involved. They're only with us 6 to 9 months. The end goal is they go home. We aren't typically much longer than that because they start to regress, and we're a support, we're not the family. The family is a huge key part of it. So if you're close by, you're more likely to engage in the program. You're more likely to engage with your youth's service plans. If you're further out, there tends to be more obstacles to go through, and there are other local CRs closer to them that most likely would be a better fit.
Okay. And so you mentioned family a couple of times. How do we try to keep connection with the family for the child?
Our FPA will do a lot of work with the families in communicating back to us in program. We try to do some family therapy with the youth and their parent, also keeping in contact with them to let them know what's going on. Tried to get them to go to as many appointments as possible, so that way they're still involved with what's going on with their kiddos.
Okay.
And hopefully they are going home on the weekends. So once they get the basic ability to regulate their emotions and be successful at home, they're almost practicing on the weekends and still working with the program to, maybe this didn't work, how can we support them? And the parents would work with the FPA and the kiddo would work with our staff. So next weekend, hopefully it's better. That way when they do go home and return to their home permanently, they have the supports to be successful.
Makes sense for sure. So, Minnie, what is a day in the life of somebody at Aurora House? I know every day is different, obviously. That's going to be
Let's take school day.
Okay.
So our kids go to a variety of schools, so they could be leaving at different times. So our overnight staff are wonderful, and they get them up, motivated to take their medications, prepare breakfast, make sure they got everything they need for school, get them out the door at whatever time they have to leave. When they come back, usually they're all famished because, you know, school lunches. So they come back and they'll have a snack, staff will greet them, small talk, how their day went, and try to plan for the rest of the day. So they have a little bit of downtime, and then after the switchover of staff from the morning staff to the afternoon staff, they'll all meet together and kind of come up with a plan for the day. Who still might have showers or laundry, need help with homework. One big part of our program is skill building sessions, so some of the kids might be meeting one-to-one with a variety of staff, working on their individual plans. And then while they do have their joint meeting, they then discuss who's doing what chores, because we try to make it more collaborative, and the youth kind of work together to come up with a plan of what chores need to be done, and then that's how they can map out what's the extra time. So what are some extra recreation things that we could do? Is it bad weather? Are we doing something in the house? Is it awesome outside and we're just going to go to a local park or a beach? And then on those not so nice days, we do have YMCA membership, so that's another option for the kids to partake in with the staff. And then we also try to schedule like other parties and with the families, and also other outings where they actually might go to the movies, to dinner, skate parks, those kind of things. So,
Great.
and then bedtime. Shower, take your meds, and go to bed.
Which is hopefully an easy process, but probably really isn't. Not at my house, at least. For my kids, I can only imagine, right?
You have a group of kids who are sleepers and other ones that just like to talk, so.
Very good. So you mentioned a couple of things there. Individual plans. What is an individual plan? What kind of things might be in there?
Okay, so when a youth first arrives in program, the two managers do their admission plan, which is pretty cookie cutter for everybody. We're getting to know them, they're getting to know the program.
Mm-hmm.
That gives us about a month to meet with families, the kids, the staff, to see what they're observing, and then they come up with a more tailored plan towards them. So you're going to see different areas for our skill building work. So it could be daily living skills, independent living skills. So types of those things are learning to cook, maintaining a clean environment, their hygiene. The nurse works with them for medication. Why are they on it? What are some side effects? Being able to identify the meds, and then it works through a whole process depending on their age, learning to order their own meds. And then you go into more of the clinical stuff, so getting them booked with counselors, and then Kim might work more closely with them about coping skills, their day-to-day emotion regulation, and then we like to put in socialization, boundaries, those kind of things, so they can learn to regulate their self and have some good friendships and be productive out in the community.
So just the real basics. Kids, what ages are we talking? And co-ed, I assume?
Yes, boys and girls. And it is 12 to 18 they can come. Technically, they have to be admitted a day or two before their 18th birthday, and they have to be ready to move to their next step before their 19th birthday. So it's a little bit of a wiggle room with around that time period, but they have to be admitted before 18. And then, like I said, they have to have the SED. That's a huge requirement. They need to have a mental health diagnosis.
Yep. And then we have other programs that we've had individuals transition to if they age out at 18, right?
Yep, so we've partnered with the Adult Transitional Program through Community Missions, and they have successfully transferred a handful of our kiddos to the Adult Transitional Programs.
That's great. So I am joined today, my name is Christian Hoffman. We're on Community Link. I'm joined today by the staff from Aurora House. So we're catching up as to what exactly Aurora House is, located in Lockport here, and some opportunities for individuals that may be looking for career change. We certainly have hiring that we're doing out there at Aurora House, but also want to help some kids maybe in this community as well that are in need also. So I know our youth division as a whole, but specifically Aurora House is managed by a few core tenants. And so talk through maybe each of these. I'll throw them out one at a time. You don't have to remember them all. How is the fact that we are youth guided implemented at Aurora House? Whoever wants to jump in.
I guess I can take that one. So youth guided is basically trying to teach the kids they have voice. There's so many different levels. So one is advocating for themselves with their medical needs. The nurse is very good at making sure that the doctors take the time when they want to rush them out. Can you please let them talk and give you their feedback? In-house, it's a lot of the resident council, and we want the kids, they each have a different spot that they can keep, and so they're running the show. We're just helping document it and making sure things, stay on the agenda. Choice on activities, choice of meals. We also try to, when they get comfortable and start finding their voice, we try to get them to advocate at home, at school, at their counselors of what their needs are, because they are the experts in what they need.